Alright, welcome guys to Inland Empire Marketing ad tutorial. This is really just to show you kind of how we do things. So hopefully you wouldn't be doing this yourself, but we just like to show what we do so that people understand really the depth and the how deep the rabbit hole actually goes, which is this is not even as deep as it goes. But um, I'm going to be setting up an ad campaign, or actually a few campaigns for E&E Electric. We haven't been running any for the past few weeks because we've been doing a Google ad test and kind of wanted to keep that compartmentalized. But now we're turning back everything on. I'm building a more robust funnel for them. Top funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel, and basically that just means cold traffic to warm traffic to hot traffic, and traffic meaning people, leads, people who need the service, relevant people who are looking for electrical services. So let's just go ahead and jump on in. We need to be actually in adsmanager.facebook.com. That's where we build everything out. And if you are a business owner, the reason why we exist is so that you don't have to do all of this yourself. Because this takes quite a long time to learn, years in fact, if you're going to do it profitably. And I'm sure you don't have that, and you just want to focus on your own business. So we would be happy to take that off your hands and actually bring you results. So we already have the content we've made over the past several months that we're going to be plugging into here, and each one of them has sort of an intention. And as we build out these different campaigns and objectives, I'll try to explain as best I can and as simply and as most effective as I can why we're doing things. So first of all, we're going to start with our top of funnel. Top of funnel meaning, obviously, if you think of a funnel, the biggest amount of whatever you're putting in there goes at the top, and then it gets filtered down to and refined to the result you want at the bottom. And the result at the bottom are the jobs, the leads, the money, that sort of thing. But not everybody's going to make it down that. But the more we refine that funnel process to warm people up, nurture people, as they say, the more cost efficient and the more effective the results are going to be, rather than just trying to sell every single person that sees an ad. That's just way too expensive, and that's not the way the human psychology works. They say in marketing you need like 17 touch points for the most effective and efficient ad campaigns. Of course, not many small businesses do that, but we like to do as many as possible. And we're going to do 3 campaigns, meaning 3 different objectives, but have multiple ad creatives, or creative meaning video or photo, a couple different those within each campaign or objective to essentially A/B test and provide variety. So anyways, let's actually do the thing. We're going to go ahead and do our first one. This is awareness. This is going to reach the most broad amount of people. And this, we just want to introduce our business or our offer, or our brand or the face or whatever we're trying to get people to build a relationship with, because that's the only way people buy and build trust to buy, is to have a relationship in some form or fashion. And ads are basically an automated way to do that to people who aren't your followers. And honestly, followers and likes, they don't even matter anymore. So there's 2 main ways to get high volume traffic. One, create tons of content and try to go viral, same thing as winning the lottery. Or 2, using paid ads, which today can be very, very cheap and cost effective to reach thousands of people a day. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just call this we're going to call this, we're going into March pretty soon, so I'm just going to go ahead and call this the March awareness campaign. Let's see, we're going to leave all of this, that's fine. We're going to keep this fairly broad because the amount of people who click on it naturally will start to teach and tell the Facebook algorithm, okay, these are the people who we want to target next in our middle funnel, uh, to start building that relationship even more. And then the people who don't click or don't stay on the page a while, it'll just toss those as not as relevant. So, um, yep, we're pretty good on this. This is the top level, the campaign level. So, some settings that we don't really usually need to touch, unless you're doing like some more complex strategies. But unless you're really seasoned or have a very specific goal, the more complex you get, the more expensive it can get and the less effective it can be. So we won't try to get too crazy. But special ad categories, we don't need to categorize these, like some of these employment, financial services, housing. Um, Sorry, I was just reading this for one of my other clients. Ads for real estate listings, homeowners insurance. Yeah, so okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Me and my other somebody I'm talking to about running campaigns for, he was saying that he had run ads, and I was pretty sure that you didn't have to select the special ad category for simply just telling people who you are and educating people on the process. This is just for real estate listings. So as long as it's not a listing, then you can just build your audience in the standard category. So that'll be good to tell them. Advantage campaign budget. No, we don't really need to do that. Like I said, I don't want to make it too complex. Should be a budget of cost of living assets. No, we are technically going to A/B test, but this is more of just a switch to tell it that we are consciously doing it, but we can do it without flipping the switch. It's just we're going to drop multiple pieces of content in this ad in the ad categories. So under the ad set. So let's just go ahead and move forward to the ad set. And for the awareness, since it is the very first touch point, and videos can be more expensive to run ads too, just simply because they're more effective. You can communicate more, all that type of stuff. And this is the first touch point. We're not expecting them to take an action. We're just going to do an image because it's way cheaper. We'll be able to reach more people. And as long as they can see a face real quick, kind of get to know who they are, then the next time they'll be primed to be more receptive to that ad. So they've done a lot of updates and added some new features lately, like the optimization score, which Google's had for a little while, but Facebook just added that. It looks like they added something here. Before I get down to that, though, maximizing impressions, no. Yeah, this is fine. And we're not doing videos, so that's fine. Yeah, so what I was referring to is this. I haven't. They at least changed the way they present it to you. So let me see what this is about. Frequency control. Set a frequency. If you have a specific number of times you want people to see your ads. Okay, it's kind of very specific, but we don't really care about that. Target the average number. No, average. This is kind of splitting hairs, because once they've seen it twice, then we want them to be beyond seeing the awareness. So we're not gonna really try to make them see it more than once. So let's see, as a maximum, we'll aim to stay under 2 impressions every 7 days. Something to think about. Let's do 5. 2 times every 5 days. 7's a little bit stretching long. I kind of want more quicker results. But again, this awareness campaign, we're not expecting anybody to take action. So, um, yeah, the guys at E&E Electric, they have a fairly strong budget for a smaller business. We're doing like $100 to $150 a day, and some of you small business owners might say, "Wow, that's a lot of money. $100 a day, $3,000 a month. Like I can't afford that." Well, I understand, but really, you almost can't afford not to do it if you're serious about your business. Because this is essentially paying for jobs, is what we're doing here. We're not just like paying to say, "Hey, look at us. Let's hope you remember us. Think of us in 6 months." Of course, that is an part of the objective, but this should always be by the bottom of the funnel, meaning within days or within a week. Like you want to have this budget convert into multiple job leads and even jobs completed. So, um, yeah, you really need to be able to put something toward an ad budget, even if it's just starting at $10 a day. And the amount of budget doesn't necessarily prove the quality of your results. It proves the speed of your results. The creative and the offers, that proves kind of the quality of your results. But budget basically just it determines how quickly you're going to get those results based on your business and your brand and your offer, all the way down through the ad copy and the video or the image and all of that other stuff. So keep that in mind. Yeah, we're just doing $20 a day, and this is going to reach a lot of people. You'll see. So I'm being a lot more meticulous going down through this just to see if there's anything that might seem like it needs addressing. Normally, I could just really bang one of these out in 10 minutes, or bang a whole ad campaign out in 10 minutes or so, but I'm trying to, for education purposes. Yeah, so the awareness set, the middle section here of the setup, is where we'll do a lot more of spend a lot more time crafting who and where we're showing our ads to, not necessarily what we're showing them, like the image or the video. So this is all who and where and what they're interested in. So it's really important to know what your audience wants and be almost as specific as possible, but leave room for a little bit of broadness. But let's go ahead, and the first thing we want to look at, we're not going to do budget scheduling right now. We're going to look at, edit. And again, we're going to be a little more broad with this awareness campaign because we just want to kind of blast out, just get people to know us, whether that's, someone that's going to take an action tomorrow or in a month from now. With the awareness campaign, those are both valid objectives. Now, once you get further down the funnel, you want to try to increase the odds that you're going to get somebody right now, especially on the bottom level, the lead in this case. If you're an e-com, it's going to be the sales or conversion campaign. So United States, we're going to keep this Post Falls, Idaho. So obviously with our service, our electrical services company, they don't want to be going over, 100 miles. They requested specifically 30 miles for them. But like if you're some sort of local service company, you don't want to be driving 2 states over to try to do a job that's a $200 job. So 30 miles of Post Falls, that's great. And you got to be careful sometimes. These can sneak up on you. The ads are just tools, and the tools will never be perfect. Like the AI helps and all that stuff, but you still have to be in control for the most part. and like this reach more people who are likely to respond to your ads. I've used this before in the past and gotten worse results. It almost every single factor in in building the campaigns needs to be considered for your specific product, business, offer, region, target, customer, that sort of thing. Um, and this is like for people visiting out of town who are planning trips, stuff like that. Some other indicators too, but um, since this is a local service, like we don't want people who are scheduling a vacation 6 months from now. We don't want to waste ad spend showing our ad to them. It's 110% irrelevant. So yeah, and they're gonna try to preach at you and say, hey, this is what you should do. But honestly, you gotta be careful because you know Facebook and Google, the ads are their products. They're still trying to make money off of you, even if it's not in your best interest. It can definitely be used, and it's usually used in your best interest if you know how to use it. But they will try everything they can because they have plenty of money. But they'll try everything they can to make more money. So sometimes it's not in your best interest. All right, so we're gonna ignore that. Let's see what show more options. Yeah, so they'll try to hide stuff too, like minimum age. This is fine though, because we wouldn't have had to change this. Exclude these custom audiences. We don't need to do that. Languages, yeah, fine. Advantage Plus audience. So that's their AI. They rolled this out probably a year or so, maybe a year or two ago. But they use their AI to try to find people outside of your target demographics. But you have to be really careful about that because it can dilute the effectiveness of your ads. Um, so, and they don't even want to let you. I'm afraid one day they're going to go away completely from letting you select the interests or the relevant audience to target your ads to. Like this is an electrician, right? So we want to be able to select people interested in home improvement, in electrical energy, anything related to that. And right now we can still select those specific interests to only show our ads to those people, but I feel like they're slowly trying to take that away by. I don't even think now you can still okay. So yeah, you can still switch to original audience options, but which will turn off the Advantage Plus audience. But they're slowly making it harder and harder to do that, and I feel like one day it's going to go away. But hopefully they'll have it down and it'll actually be beneficial. But for now, we are going to select our audience because we know more of who our audience is, and then Advantage Plus audience AI from there will first search who we tell it to, and then broadly beyond that. So we're not going to custom audiences. Edit. We're going to select an age range again with this specific business and niche and target customer. We don't want to waste ad spend trying to sell our electrician services to 18 to 29-year-olds because, as you all know, unfortunately, in this day and age, there's so few people, 29 in their 20s who are able to afford a home, that own their own home, and homeowners are the ones specifically solely that we need to get in front of. Like, it's pointless to get in front of renters or people that don't own homes. That's just wasted ad spend. So we want it to be as pure as possible. So we're going to select age 30 to 65 plus. That's great. You can do gender sometimes. I do this for my wedding photography business I've run ads for. I select only brides, and I've got that down to like $25 a lead, which I feel like is pretty good in my situation. You can get it cheaper, but I like the results I'm getting from it, so that's mainly what counts. But we're gonna leave this all open, especially since it's just an awareness campaign. Detailed targeting. This is pretty much the bread and butter. So, electric power, energy, and utilities. So, I wish a little bit that Facebook had for an electrician's case, I wish they had a little bit more specific verbiage or a category for that. Um, like, you know, people looking for an electrician, but this is electric power. So we're going to select that. And then also, you can select more than one, and that just kind of builds your pool. Again, you have to be careful because it could build your pool more potent, as you could say, of potential customers, or it could dilute it to be less potent, depending if you selected the wrong categories and stuff like that. So, electrical generation. Again, they don't give a lot of detail, so that's where the AI can come in handy. But we are, again, probably going to be a little more broad on this one. Let me just read it a little bit. Additional interest electricity generation, energy and utilities. People have expressed interest in or like pages related to electricity generation. I'm going to select that, and then a few more electrical wiring. This is good. Interest. We want to make sure we don't select one that's like jobs, because there can be different types of categories. So demographic. People with roles. See, we don't want to select this. Installation and repair services. This is actually people with roles. Yeah, this is like work industries. I'm just making sure I read it right before I tell you something wrong. So we don't want people who actually work in the industry. We want customers. So power outage. Let's see what else they got here. Let's see. Electrician, you would think this would be useful, but completely the opposite. These are electricians. We don't want to target electricians. We don't want to target an employer. We don't want to target a job. We don't want to target a school. We don't want to target a field of study. So if we selected those, we get a lot poorer results. Power outage. Yeah, this is probably a good one to select. Electrician. Let's see. No, those weren't the good ones. Solar panels. No, a little too broad. Electronic engineering. No. Energy and science. No. No. Battery. No. Sustainable energy. No. Scroll back up. Electrical engineering. No. Electric generator. This one could, but I don't. Again, you're trying to determine how you're going to affect the purity of the type of customer you're looking for. With I feel like this is going to dilute it too much, because the amount of people looking, especially this time of year, coming out of winter, more closer into spring, it's like 50 something degrees. Like, there's not going to be a lot of relevant people looking for generator type of things, or like home generator. Even like, we don't even care about mobile generator, so I'm not going to select that. Electrical grid, like again, this is one I wish they had more details on, because what the heck does that mean, electrical grid? I'm sure I could look it up, but like, it feels more like the power company. So home improvement, this is one I do like. So yeah, we'll select home improvement. And because we have all of this other context, power, electrical generation, wiring, electrical power, it's going to more tailor, because the home improvement could be anything. It could be, plumbing, remodeling, flooring, anything. But now that we've given it more context, it should lean more into the electrical direction and combine these sort of, and you can make it specifically, strictly combined, like narrow audience. We're not going to do this again. This is a more broad awareness campaign. So we're kind of just letting people know, hey, we're here. Um, so yeah, estimated daily results 425. Reach is how many people that you're going to be getting in front of. Impressions is how many times it's going to get in front of someone. Sorry, I'm just reading something here. Cool. Um, yeah, so reach, how many people you're going to get in front of a day. And then whenever you see impressions, that's like how many times it got in front of anybody. Could have gotten in front of somebody one time, could have gotten in front of someone else two times. And whatever that total is how many times any amount of eyeballs that saw it. So that's good. We'll kind of get even a little more specific once we get more down our funnel. Right now, we're still in just the awareness, just saying, hey, we're here. Remember us tomorrow. Remember us next month. Remember us in 6 months. So, and this is one of the cheapest campaigns to run, um, just because it's the most low intention people, right? So, all right. So that's good for now. Just double checking everything. Okay, go next. Cool. And this is where we do all the pretty fun stuff that everyone sees. You know, the images, the words, the buttons, the video, whatever that's going to be. So we definitely, and I'm going to be more specific with this. AdWord awareness ad. AdWord. AdWord headshot awareness ad. So I have there's one post I'm going to use where it's just like Edward in the kitchen and it's like a nice profile shot. And so no partnership ad. I've already done this in the past, a long time ago, linked both the Facebook and Instagram account because Meta, if you don't know by now, Meta is the parent company that owns both Facebook and Instagram. It used to just be the Facebook company or something like that, but a few years ago, old Zuckerberg, he made the umbrella called Meta, and it owns both Facebook and Instagram, and they use the same server data and all that stuff. So it's just basically, you can think about it as different demographics because, you're 40 and under are typically what you're going to find on Instagram most of the time. And then 30 and above, 30 to 65 plus, those are the main demographics on Facebook. So just, and of course, there's exceptions and people everywhere. So, yep, we're going to keep all this regular, except when we get to here, we're going to use an existing post. We're going to select a post, and we're going to select the one I wanted to use is down here, I think. Yeah, here it is. So I'm actually going to use this one. It's not the headshot one I was thinking, but I'm going to use this one. So, continue. And a lot of times you'll have people who are, they'll create an ad specifically or create an image or a video specifically for an ad. But in this case, because it's sometimes beneficial to use a post that's already posted and just use that as your main ad, because you can actually keep all of the organic, reactions and comments and likes and all that stuff. So, and that's just good for building like, reinforcement, review, reputation reinforcement, all that stuff. I'm trying not to sneeze. Sorry. See, this is what I was saying. Since this is why you can't just do one ad, and this is true. They're kind of shaking their finger at us, but this is very, very true. Cost per result, meaning whatever you want the result to be. Click on your site, send you a message. That may rise due to only one ad creative. Since you only have one post, your audience may see the same ad too many times and stop noticing it. To avoid this, create additional ad with, you know, and that's what we're going to do. We didn't select the A/B test, but we're just going to add more ads and more images in here to create variation. It's all going to fall under the objective of awareness and take effect under this location and detailed audience targeting that we selected, but we'll have variations that will show different things to people so that people don't get just completely stop seeing it. Because in today's day and age, there's way too much stuff. You can scroll and scroll and never see the same thing twice. So once you start seeing the same thing more than once, after the third or fourth time, people just tune it out. We could add, some different text for the awareness. I don't think that's really necessary. We're just waving, saying hello. I do like this call to action. I didn't know if it would let us do that. I don't know if I want to do that on this. You think, well, why not? Some people. Okay, so why not? I'll answer that first. People aren't necessarily going to be ready yet because since we selected awareness, Facebook will intentionally target people who are on the fringe of possibly needing electrical or something. So they're not like hot and ready, like a Little Caesars pizza. They're not hot and ready. So a lot of times you can get accidental clicks. You can get people just messing with you. So, and the more that you allow people to click on things that's unintentional, the more it'll just raise your cost. But I'm thinking about leaving it because it wouldn't hurt to have some sort of result or call to action. And I don't know if I might just make them go to the website. Yeah, I think I'll just make them go to the website. So add a button. Yeah, learn more. Let's see what we want them to do. Save, download. Contact us. No. We will want that in the next couple of campaign objectives, but not right now. We just want them to learn who we are. And this is the cheapest way for them to do that. If we try to get them to learn who we are on the objectives where we want them to take action, that's just going to increase our costs per result. So let's just do learn more. And so eeelectriccompany.com. This is the website that we built for them here at Inland Empire Marketing. If you would like one of these fancy little things, websites honestly don't have to be crazy. They just have to do what they need to do. It depends on your business and what you're selling and your objectives. So the more clean and simple we can make it, the less people are distracted and chase rabbits and all that stuff. So we got, some pages here, call to action. Because when people are contacting an electrician, they don't want, they don't want to have to basically dive through a whole bunch of rabbit holes just to, we don't want to distract them. So keep it clean. All right, learn more. Let's see. Yeah. So they can learn more about us and hit our site and just kind of see, just see who we are, read about us, say, oh, that's nice, I might contact them next week when I got that job. And then the goal of the traffic and the leads will be to intercept that intention. So, yeah, all these tools are definitely way smarter than you think. Yeah, and of course, if they are ready, they can call right there. They can submit a contact form. So, yeah, still definitely ways they can contact if they are ready. So that's good. Um, yeah, I'll leave that. Cool. Website pixel. This is super, 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 super important. And let me just show you what that looks like. What a website pixel is, and there's different names and different um, types on different platforms like Google and other websites. But essentially, in the context of Facebook, what a pixel is basically a piece of data that we install on your website on the back end. So basically, when somebody clicks on this ad and goes to the website, we can still track every single decision they made and button they clicked and video they watched on your site, even though they're not even on Facebook anymore. And that's what businesses use to add zeros to their bottom line. To go from a six-figure business to a seven-figure business, from a seven-figure business to an eight-figure business, is knowing what your um, knowing what your customer and audience wants by being able to measure that data. And of course, there's lots of divisiveness over how much data should you be able to have. Of course, if you're a business or somebody who's trying to make money, you want to know as much as possible about your customer so you can make the best decisions and make the most amount of money. Now, regular people don't see it that way. They don't like it. Understandable, because it is a little bit infringing on your privacy, but that's kind of the game we play. So yeah, specifically, E&E's pixel right here. Again, pixel being the little code that we install on the site to be able to capture every single piece of data and decision made by somebody on the site. This is where it shows up. And again, we haven't been running ads much on Facebook lately because we've been playing out a lot on Google. Um, but normally this will, depend on how much traffic, depending on how much traffic you're getting. So, yeah, this is, you can see people who land on your site, and this is kind of an indicator of the funnel too, because the most amount of people will land on the site. The next most might want to learn more. Like how do I contact them or view content, and then the bottom of your funnel is going to be the leads, the people who actually submit their information. They want a job, they want a quote, that type of thing. So it all filters down. So yeah, this is where you see that. And there's other ways to see it too, but we're keeping it simple. But this is that part of the installation is super necessary, and that's why a lot of small business owners or people running ads don't see a lot, if any. They don't see a lot, if any, results because their website is not talking to Facebook. Their Facebook account is not talking to their website. They can't, the person can't even see on either end, like, there's no correlation to what's happening and why. So, this is a big part of marketing and why we exist. And it's actually one of the most complicated parts. So, I don't advise doing it by yourself because you could waste a lot of time and still not have it set up right and waste tons and tons and tons of money and essentially never get profitable if you don't get it set up right. So definitely reach out to us. Even we'll just answer your questions. Even just please don't do it by yourself. Um, yeah, I think we're good on this one. Again, I took way too long to set this one up because I just wanted to, you know, brain dump on you for you. Hopefully, it helps. If anything, just to show you the scope and a fraction of how deep the rabbit hole goes in setting up just one piece of a marketing system, and the marketing system, or sort of one piece of a Facebook ad system, which is just one piece of your advertising and marketing system, which is just one piece of your business system, and so on and so on. Like, there's, you guys really need to understand how many gears and spark plugs it takes to, have a successful business, especially these days. It used to be a lot easier. You could run a couple ads maybe and get a lot of traction, but way too competitive now. It's a science and an industry. You need to either be a pro or to partner with a pro to do it right these days. And I'm saying that unbiased. It's just the truth. All right, so yeah, we got a preview pane showing us what it looked like. This is typically what most people see. You know, they'll see it. They probably won't see it that much in your reels and stuff like that. But yeah, we're pretty much ready to go. Um, if you guys ever have any questions, definitely reach out, send us a message, give us a call, whatever. Um, yeah, I think this is good. In a second, I'll show you how to copy and just switch out the image so we don't have to redo the whole thing all over again. But instead, we'll just switch out the picture and that'll be good. Gotta publish this. There we go. And let's click edit, take us back to the little edit window here. And what I'm gonna do here to save tons and tons of time, we don't have to do the whole thing over again. We're going to quick duplicate. And I'm going to rename this one E and E family. I don't even need the word awareness, but I'm trying to keep it all kind of uniform. Because I know which post I want to use for this one. So again, your product, business, offer might require having to create an ad specifically for your objective. In this case, we're okay using posts that we've made in the past. Let's see here. Down somewhere. Here we go. Well, that's the cover photo. It is that image, but there's actually specifically a post. Yeah, here we go. This is the one I want. Did I select it? Cool. What? Yeah, okay. Continue. Then it'll switch that out. Everything else stays the same. No, I don't know why. I said everything stays the same. It likes to try to. Sometimes it can try to change something up on you. Call to action. No, we don't want to get quote. We're going to change that back to the website. These are the things that you just learn over time, you know. I kind of spoke ahead of my brain, knowing that something would edit this. Oh, that's weird. Maybe that's because there wasn't. I probably put get quote on this actual post. I guess I could leave that. I mean, it won't let me select anything else, so it's either have nothing and they don't go anywhere, or I can just put the quote back on there, get quote button, and it'll send them a message. It is essentially send message, so I guess that's fine. But I'll have to delete this and re-add it because I don't think it'll let me re-add the button once I've taken it off in the campaign ad. Post is being used, by the way. There's not any other ads. There's not another active ad running. Let me refresh this. Again, these things aren't perfect, guys. I'm telling you. They're very complex, but they're also imperfect. Sometimes refreshing or deleting and retrying will fix something. I'm not saying it will with this one, but no, weird. Okay, I'm gonna delete this one and I can just duplicate it again and change it, and it will pull it back up how I wanted it originally. So these are the things marketers do. Quick duplicate. This is what you pay for. E&E family awareness ad. Okay. Hopefully you're not too bored by now. I really just wanted to get under the hood and show you step by step what it takes to succeed, not just with your ads, but to succeed in business these days. So let me change post again. We'll probably just have to leave it on that get quote, which is okay. It's better than just going nowhere. I could add 3. Let's see. Why not? All it's going to do is test between 3 instead of 2, and for all I know, this one could be a better. This one could perform better than any of the other ones. That's why you got to test things, and yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I went through this because I want to change call to action. I want that to be. I wish there was like a visit website, but I don't think they like that. Facebook doesn't want to send people away from Facebook because they're in it to grow Facebook. So yeah, we'll just use learn more. It's fine. There we go. Update post. And we have two of those that'll go straight to their site. And yeah, we're good. And then we'll have that third one that might have the get quote button, but that's okay. Make sure everything else is fine. So I gotta change the name of this one actually. E&E. I'm gonna change this to Edward Kitchen Pose just to differentiate it. Alright, none. Yep, alright, publish. And I think I am gonna go through the whole other 2 campaigns with you in this session. It might be super, super, super long. It might be a 2-hour video, but if I can show you the whole thing, top to bottom, at least in one scenario, you'll have a lot better idea of what it takes. And hopefully, I mean, you'll trust us to do this for you because you've seen us do it. You've seen what it takes, and you don't have definitive proof that anybody else is doing it. So just more evidence for us. A lot of marketers, they just shoot video, they just make websites, they just do one thing. We are full service. We'll shoot this image, shoot this video, write all this convincing and motivating copy, build the website it goes to, manage the social media page, build all of these ads, create all the lead forms. So we're everything you need if you need it, and if you own a business, you need it. So all right. Yep. So we're gonna quick duplicate one more time because we do our I did want to use that third option, the family image as an awareness. E&E family awareness ad. Cool. And then we do have to change this post. I wonder Instagram. I don't know if that makes a difference. I've done it before between both, but in this specific case, because of the way that was converting. Come on, load. The way I couldn't change out the get quote to just learn more or visit website. I want to see if it is different. Of course, this is not loading. I don't know if this is the site or my internet, but I'm just going to go back to here. Cover photo, not that one. We don't want that one specifically. We want this one. 3 likes, 1 share. It's good enough. Yes, continue. And I don't know if I want to try one more time. Oh. That's weird. I guess maybe when I took it off permanently. Well, that's okay. Again, this is just awareness. We're not counting on people taking action, but if they even just click to read more about it or click on the image to look at it more expanded, that counts. And yeah, that's going to count toward their little ad profile and build a case to show more ads to them. So that's okay. We got 2 out of 3 of them with a way. And then there's the phone number on here, so they can always do that too. That's just interesting. All right, I'm not gonna waste any more time on that. Publish. And that is our awareness campaign. Again, most people will just run one ad, one campaign, one ad, and expect, you know, the $100 bills to come flooding in. That's not how it works. Um, Essentially, you have to think of the long game. So this $20 a day, you can almost count on just as an investment of, actually a loss in order to, you know, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times that on the next ad. So you have to really think of it in a sort of a strategic manner. But um, this is $20 a day. We're gonna do probably $40 a day for the traffic, the next one, and then probably $60 to $80 a day with the lead one because that is the result we want. So if you combine all those, say it's $120 a day of ad spend, and you look at it like it's all working together, then you don't have to think of it as a loss with this. It's just one part of the machine. So, kudos if you guys are still here hanging out. We're going to go into our next campaign, and we probably will be able to copy a lot of settings, but I will be more careful just to try to explain things and explain the adjustments. So we're going to create again. We already did our awareness. Good for, again, this tells you right here, it's good for reach, brand awareness, video views if we had that. Store location, we don't have that, but definitely reach and brand awareness. So next time they see us and we want them to take action, they won't be like, who's this? Let me figure it out first and waste that ad spend. I'm going to go to traffic, send people to a destination. Yes. Yeah, we can either send them to the website or a messenger conversation. We might try both because we can test things like that. Oh, real quick though, I'll show you real quick. I promise, real quick. So we talked about the A/B test. Instead of flipping that switch and kind of making it take us through a detour of creating an A/B test, this is essentially the same thing. So since we have 3 ads within our ad set, it's going to automatically test all of these against each other. So it's like an ABC test. So again, more than one way to do the same thing. That's it. All right, create. We're going to go back, create our traffic campaign. This is a little more higher intent people. So, the people who have seen our awareness ad and clicked on it, went to the website, didn't just scroll right past it, they will be hit with this traffic campaign, making the people who see this more primed and effective the further they get down this funnel. So continue. I'm going to do manual just to kind of show you guys. Traffic cam. Again, I'm going to kind of keep it simple and self-explanatory. March traffic campaign. It's February right now, but this is going to go through March pretty soon. So not a special ad category. Kind of keeping this the same. Again, no need to get too crazy with what we're doing. Not going to select A/B test. All right, now this is where we can decide. We're going to probably have them go to the website because that can be cheaper than sending them to the message app. And more times than not, we've had a lot of people hit the messaging app that, because we are targeting somewhat of an older demographic, will accidentally click it, or when they click on the ad thinking they're just clicking on a picture, it'll click on the messenger and pull that messenger up. And when that messaging app pulls up saying, hey, what message do you want to send us? Facebook thinks of that as, okay, this person was interested. So 1, we're going to charge them more because this was a valid lead. And 2, we're going to tailor that algorithm just 1 tick into this specific direction when it might not be exactly what we want actually. So, but if we make them go to the website, that's a little cheaper, and it won't cause as much complication. So, again, I said I might do a little test where we do both, but I don't like wasting money testing too much. You gotta test, but so traffic. And these, I'm excited to show you the videos that we're going to use for the traffic because this will start to accelerate the quality of our customers faster. Because I'm going to use reels and videos that we've used to introduce one of the guys in the business to show like a finished job, so that people like, wow, I met them. Now I've seen their work. I know who they are. This is great. So this is where we'll try to start getting people to take action. But definitely, the lead campaign, the third step in our funnel, that one will be like, um, ideally, it'll just grab them for super cheap, cheaper than it would if we just tried to hit them up the first time. Say, hey, you know, submit your information to us. But now that they've met us and know us and like us, I'm gonna be like, all right, no, yeah, I don't see why not. I already know you guys. Okay. Edit. I'm not gonna copy over. I'll do this faster this time, but I'm not going to copy over the ad set settings from the awareness just because I don't want something to accidentally get mixed up that is not intentional in this objective, this campaign objective. So, but we are going to make it very similar. Raise the budget a little bit. And sometimes this traffic campaign might be the first, it might be the first touch point that people see, just like the awareness one. But it's still going to have a lot of relationship building aspects, and it still works okay if it's the first point of contact, because it is cheaper than a lead campaign, and you're still building that relationship. They're meeting you based on the video, where he's introducing himself or we're showing the work. So this will hit a different container of people that Facebook thinks are a certain temperature, ready or so. It'll be the more warm audience, whether they've been exposed or not yet. Okay. Still, Post Falls. Sweet. We're still going to take off this. I'm not ever going to use this for this business. Maybe if it's like a coffee shop or some sort of gift shop, something people would go to visit on vacation or in a work, visiting for work or something that was relevant, but not for people living and needing the service, not for people living in the area needing the service. Audience suggestions. I could go in and I might do that later or next time. I could go in and save, well, I'm not in that campaign. Go back to that other campaign, the awareness one, and save the audience settings and just pull it up in here. But not gonna do that because there's some little adjustments that I'm gonna have in this next step. So still targeting people above 30. That just increases the likelihood that we're getting in front of somebody who is a homeowner. Let's see, I can't remember a homeowner. So, no, I wouldn't use that one. So I do prefer Meta ads over Google, but one thing Google ads have, and they're targeting over Meta, is that you can't actually target homeowners specifically. I don't know why you can't on. There might be some way to find it on here. If I go to browse, let me just spend a little time in here. Financial, like we can even target people by how much money they have, and that might be something I want to test, because you can test more than just the creative part of it. You can test more than just the images and videos. You can test like your audience or different fragments of your audience. So um, we could only target the richest people if we want, and that would probably bring, it's going to bring a lower amount of leads, but they're probably going to be a lot higher quality when they do come up. So for now, this is a traffic one. We still don't want it too specific yet, or at least in this one, we're not going to make it too specific. So we're going to leave that alone. Let's see, life events. I'm just trying to remember what all is in here, and they change it all the time, so it doesn't hurt to look at it fairly often. Parents, no. See, if you're interested in marketing at all, you can see how a lot of these categories would be relevant and lucrative to target for certain situations. So engaged, I use that one for wedding photography business. Interests. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time here because I don't want to waste your time if you're watching this. Behaviors. Purchase behavior. Yeah, so engaged shoppers. That's one we're going to use for the lead, I think, or at least in test. One of the variations of the audiences we'll test against to see if engaged shoppers basically means people that Facebook knows are shopping right now. Like they searched in Google, they searched somewhere, and it knows they're shopping for something, which can be good, but it also excludes people who haven't indicated that entirely yet. So that's why I don't want to solely rely on that. Yeah, so just for this one, we'll keep it not as specific. So we'll do a more broad ad set, audience targeting this one, and we'll duplicate everything with more specific and see which one turns out better. Yeah, so we're going to definitely do electric power. Electrician. I'm still just seeing what's on here. It's all employers and jobs. We don't want that. So home improvement. Home and garden. We're gonna do again electric power. What was the other one? I might have to go look at it. Electric power industry. No, we don't want the industry. Electric power system. Vehicle conversion. So electrical. Electrical energy. Electrical lamp. Signal. Lamp. That seems so specific. Utility co-op. Electrical wiring. This could be a big one. And again, remember, Facebook itself is going to start showing these to, few hundred people each set, and then whatever one starts performing better, it will lean the budget in that direction. So, and then we can even look at the data here in a few days or a week and see, oh, this one's performing the best. Let's just go ahead and weed out the lowest performing one altogether and just save even just a little bit more money further. Electrical audience. All right, just making sure all that's good before we move on. We'll go to next. And cool, new traffic ad. So I'm gonna select Emmanuel traffic ad, and this one will be, most of these will be media, come on, that we've already used before just because we have it and we have it, so we're going to go ahead and use it. Select post. And the one I want to use for this one is Meet Emmanuel. So we got 3 likes on there. That's a good start. But depending on what it lets us do, let's see, were we having it go to our site or our messenger? Okay, website. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if it make sure it gives us the option to go to our site. And this one here, I probably will, if it lets me, start adding some text variations to see what works better. Yeah. And where's that call to action? We want to add a button. Learn more. Yes. Sign up, updates, shut down. Learn more. Okay, update post. I mean, by the time we make all of our variations between the creatives, the audiences, the objectives, the call to actions, I mean, you could easily have, a few dozen ads running at the same time. Now, you can still, doesn't mean you have to be spending $20 a day on each of those specific ad creatives because you have that controlled under here. And you just make sure your budget for each ad set adds up to your total daily budget that you want to spend. So, just a little tip. Yep, cool. Traffic, that'll go to the site where obviously they can learn even more if they need to, or just call from right there. So that's easy. Shows you little previews here, what it's going to look like everywhere, which is pretty cool. Yeah. These guys are really fun. Love working with those guys. All right. Emmanuel traffic ad. I might even Emmanuel traffic site. CTA. Site call to action. Because I might test another one where it actually does go to Messenger. We'll see. Site links. See if you guys can hear. Privacy policy? No. Gallery? No. Jobs? No. See, I added all the pages even on the back end, so we have to make sure that's not going to be on there. Preview URL. Yes. Good one. Reviews. We'll change it to testimonials. I guess I'll leave reviews, it's shorter. Reviews. Leave that. About services reviews. What is reviews one? There's more than one. Why is that? All the little fun stuff. Guess it's the same one, but we don't need two of them, so boop, gone. Wait, where'd you go? Why are you still here? Get out of here. Okay. Are you not gonna go away? If you're not, let's get rid of this one. Services. Save. Get appointment. Let's just contact one. Okay, clean, so save that. Yeah, it's telling us we don't want you to only have one ad creative because if it sucks, then this is going to waste a lot of your money and you're going to get mad at us. Which is usually what happens to new people running ads or inexperience. So this one's more of a personable, meet Emmanuel, half of the E, but we're going to make one that's also, we're going to add a text option that's a little more straight to the point, I guess you would call it. So, yeah, let's definitely go to their Facebook page. See if we can find one that, yeah. And you can definitely test the same types of messages, like cross-test everything with everything. It's a great way to find what works best. Of course, I have to make it have spaces. Electrical. Sorry, I'm trying to go through faster. Let's add one more just for fun. That's one video I'm going to use later too. We might use some of these in a carousel. That would be good for awareness. So you can just get as complicated as you want with this, with your ads. But it all has to be for a purpose. Don't be complicated just for the sake of being complicated. This one has performed well in the past, so I'm going to use it again. Add text option. Oh, there we go. And of course, actually, no, yeah. Okay, and I'm going to do one more. I should be able to copy all this over to the next one and just switch out the video, and then I won't have to do this one again. There's one specific one that I liked. Where'd it go? Yeah, this is the one. It's the one I wanted. All right. I think we got it. Got all those variations. That's great. I like that. See what kind of enhancements it's forcing on us. Relevant comments, site links. Okay, this might not be. Nope, don't like that. Text improvements. 73% of professional services business have turned on this. So, I don't care. Yeah, I think we're ready to go with it. Let's just look at it real quick. We are starting to get a little bit more, even a little bit more detail oriented, looking at everything.
5.
24/5, baby.
24/5. 24. What? What's that mean? Hey, my name is Emmanuel, and together with my brothers, we run E&E Electric.
So yeah, this one just kind of building that relationship. So a little bit lighthearted, and again, this is the middle funnel. So building the relationship, but still giving them a chance to take action if they want. Next one, the lead one, will be really where we place our bag to catch all of the work. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish this. We'll go create our variation. All right. Edit, just so I can have the chance to duplicate this. I'm gonna do a quick duplication. Hopefully everything will stay the same for the most part. Hopefully when I change the post, it doesn't goof everything up. Yeah, we still have our text variations. Yep, sweet. We have our call to action, which is going to the website. Yes. Now, please don't mess it up when we change our post. Let's see, there's another one I wanted to use that I really liked. It's like a walkthrough of. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the on the job one too, but. Was this on January 23rd? Is there one before that? Oh yeah, this one is the one. So like that one, and we'll do one more as well also. Of course. Yeah, so it did. Yeah, this is just part of it. This is why you pay for marketing. It didn't keep all of the. We recommend that video posts include a call to action button. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, it didn't keep all of the text variations. That would have been super helpful. But this is what we get paid for. So learn more website. Oh, that's the text. So I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to add that in our text. So this is all the really boring stuff. This is what's really time consuming. I even have to add all the spaces again. But see, all these variations, people don't get tired of it nearly as easy when there's like so many variations. So they're way more effective. Lifetime craftsmanship guarantee for. I always like when it's almost done, but then it hits. Of course, the preview didn't update. Oh, well, it's showing the one up there. Never mind. I like when it goes to that see more, and you're like, oh, I need to finish the sentence. So when you click on see more, that means they're interested. Just another fuel to the flame there. Let's see what this little thing is there. Okay, never mind. Add text option. I should just post these on a Google Doc all together, and I have to search for this, but it's okay. I've always liked this one. Did really well for us. Copy. If you need to fast forward this video, I completely understand. Yeah, that might be good for now. Yeah. On this one, I think that's good enough. That's enough variation. I rename this before I forget. This is gonna be the walkthrough. Yeah. I think that one's done. All right. Make sure everything. Oh yeah, we need to add the site link for the call to action. Okay. It did keep the site links, so that's cool. Alright. And call to action. Don't want this on website. Learn more. Update post. Sweet. I like it. See, it makes it take up more of the page too. The more digital real estate you can take up, the better. Oh yeah, this one had a song in it. I forgot. It's not gonna let us use this one because there's anytime you put music in, it's just all copyright stuff. So, but this exact reel without the audio is in another video that I'm gonna use for the lead campaign. So that's okay. But of course, I'm probably going to paste all of those things again, all the text copies, but that's okay. On the job. Yes, on the job. On the job. Continue. This is a good one. Okay. Yeah, since there was an original call to action on the organic post, it's converting over to the ad. Let me just see what action I need to take. Yeah, it might not let me change it to visit the website, which if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Yeah, it won't let me change it. We'll just have to run with it for now. It's okay. We got variations, so that's good. Okay, well, that's good. I just have to, yet again, add all the text options, which is freaking pain. Freaking pain. Copy. One more. Where's that other one? Yeah, here we go. That's the one I wanted. Oops. I would really like to lean on that lifetime craftsmanship guarantee. Because that's huge, I think. I feel like that builds a lot of trust with people, and not everyone offers that. Okay. Well, we got this one. We don't have to worry about that copyright on the other video. Existing. We've already set up our chat template before, so we're just going to use that one. And again, messenger chats haven't been the most effective. Like, they've gotten, I think, a few jobs in our times testing them. Lead form is obviously the best, but it's okay to use the send message because that's just a variation. Some people might like that, and when you look at the whole picture, it's like maybe 20% or less of your call to actions throughout your all of your campaigns and ads. So we're not entirely focusing on this one call to action. Oh, and of course I called it walkthrough, but let's rename it real quick. Let me do on the job traffic messenger. There we go. Cool. Let me see if there's any more posts we want to use. Quick duplicate. Before we get to the heavy guns, the lead campaigns and the lead creatives. Let's see what else we have. Change post. Oh, I think if I select carousel, yeah, that'll be helpful. Traffic. Let's see what this one looks like. We might use this one in both traffic and awareness. Could be helpful in awareness too. Just want to see what it looks like in this context. Okay, no preview. Thanks a lot. Thanks for doing your thing. Contact us. Copy. Might go back and change the learn more to contact us. We'll see. We will see. Sometimes it's, 6 one way, half a dozen the other. There's never one thing. There's never one single thing that causes success. It's everything working together. So we were so pleased. Yeah, I like these. These are good. Contact us. Yeah, leave a contact us. Side events. Sorry, I'm just thinking in my brain. This has gone on a little later in the night than I had intended, so kind of running on fumes. Publish. Ah, of course, it didn't change the name again. Yeah, okay. Reviews site. I'm just doing this for my own notes. It's a lot easier to know which ones you're looking at in the reports. I think we'll go into these and change that button. Even though, well, that's the send message. We can't change that one. But in this one, change it to, instead of learn more, contact us. It's a little more definitive. And since we are in the warmer traffic, and we would like actions to start being taken, we will go ahead and make that request. Oh, okay. Maybe I can't this time, but you can see here about services, get appointment, all of that. So I feel like, again, 6 one way, half a dozen the other. What did that say though? I don't want to remove the button and possibly screw it up. Contact us. Hey, oh yeah, update post. This post has running ads associated, so call to action can't be modified. I feel like that's just basically their way of saying we haven't figured out the code to be able to update your command yet, so yeah, we can't do it for you, or it will break. And I really would not like to have to rebuild this whole thing again if I break it, so maybe it'll update. Maybe it'll just do it on its own sometime soon, or whatever. We'll see. On the job, we get the reviews. I feel like that's good for traffic. Real quick, I will go back and do one more for the awareness. Kind of a similar one. And I can probably show you that too. A similar one with the reviews. Let me just try it. So, I want to duplicate the reviews ad, but I don't want to quick duplicate it because I want to send it to a different campaign elsewhere. So, duplicate. I don't want to duplicate it to the original campaign because that's our traffic campaign. I want to go to one we already created, so that would be an existing campaign, and that's going to be the awareness campaign. And the ad set that is under, there's only one, so we can select that. And just one. Yeah, some of the elements. Right, it's just saying because of the different objectives, some things might break in a minor fashion, but we will be able to edit that. Oh, okay. We're just looking at two different campaigns. I didn't realize that at first. Usually there's only one campaign that I'm messing with in there. What? Oh yeah, this is crazy that you have to. They gotta really figure out stuff. Used an existing post. It like didn't copy anything over. Oh my gosh. It's basically, yeah, we can't do that. We're gonna try, but basically you're getting nothing. So we'll just kind of rebuild it. Yeah, okay, cool. Which one is this one? Carousel, continue. Oh, it'd be cool if it had a different set. Oh no, it has the same. I would like for it to be a different set of the reviews. I had a few different ones because the same ones I wouldn't want. Just more variation. Again, more variation. So let's see what this one looks like. Oops. Yeah. Continue. Hopefully this one works for us. Oh, come on. What did I just move for? Dave. Jeff. Yeah, this is great. Love this. Love it. Call to action. Send a message. I don't know if I want them to send a message yet. Do we? Do we really want that? No, this is awareness. We're just going to make them learn more. I know you're like, come on, let them send a message. But trust me, lots of junk clicks out there. And I really want to reduce that because that makes it expensive fast. If they're really interested, they'll learn more, go to the site, see the number right there, and they're like, I can contact them that way. Sweet, yes. Simple but effective. I mean, I could try some more. No, friggin' don't want text improvements. Could try more text variations. What do we say? Why not? Why not? Why not? Yeah, this one's about reviews. That's good. Website URL. Why is it going to Messenger? See? This thing is far from perfect. Works great when you work out the bugs, but you gotta keep an eye on it. You gotta know what it's doing. Sweet. Yeah, what the heck are you doing here, buddy? Call to action, no button. No, we already selected learn more. And we're going to the site, buddy. ban. That was weird. It just changed. It was like, nah, bro. Don't worry about it. Oh, so weird. We'll see what happens. Alright, we've got that one text variation. Let's see if there's one more applicable one. There is. I know there is. I just know it. Again, it would be helpful if I had. I should probably do that. I should probably copy and paste all my copies to one document. I don't think I have this one on there yet. I think it's the one I was missing, that I was hunting for before I got distracted. We are about 2/3 of the way through it. You guys are awesome for hanging in there. Yeah, see, what the heck? Gosh. This thing is making me very upset. Because I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again. Oops, no. I wonder if I'm gonna wrap this up. You guys are not even here anymore. I know it. I just know it. I'm going to click publish. Nope, didn't stick. Setup error. Yeah, this one was one. Yeah. We might just have to scrap it and scrap it and start over. Sometimes all the settings don't. They do not stick across campaigns and all that jazz. And get quote. If there's any way this will fix, I would just freaking love it. Please. Oh, it's stuck. Yes. More. Okay. Let me try to do that again though. What? Okay, so it works on. What about contact us? It worked on one of the buttons. Well, worst case scenario, we can at least get it to work. With the get quote, that's not a bad deal. Okay, I don't understand why, but get quote. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, we're keeping that. So I don't even know if it'll work still because it's kind of goofy, but yeah, and it's showing a weird budget that's not supposed to. So why is this? That's it. Much traffic. It's not even supposed to be there. Alright, I'm getting rid of this thing. You scare me. Delete. Yeah, I tried to show you guys. It can work sometimes, but not in this. Across campaigns makes it a little too dangerous, and it just broke. So that's fine. I'll just go ahead and what's this one look like? Make a copy, and it's already in the awareness, and switch it out with the post. There's no button on that one. Probably want one with a button if we can at all. Learn more. Like that one. Learn more. Sure. All right. We're going to change the post. We're going to go to the carousel one. And I think, what was it? This one? Get your scary message out of here. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Except call to action. Don't want that one. Learn more. Oh, is it just this post that's not gonna act right? Is it at the post level? Let's see what happens. It might be at the post level and just not act right in this scenario. Working? Wait a minute. Where'd it go? The heck? Kitty. Headshot. Oh. Wait. Oh. I didn't duplicate it. Now I gotta go back. This is what happens when you stay up too late, kids. Well, I guess I'll just change the name of this one to the review. Reviews awareness. And then at least that matches. Let me see if all the text. I don't think I turned on text variations on this one. But I can. And I will. Because variations save us money when done right. Alright, one more. Can never remember which direction I need to be going. I think I'm going the right way, though. Yeah. It's the one we are. Yeah. Alright. Don't like you acting goofy on me. Learn more. Right. And since I accidentally replaced the headshot one with the reviews, I will just recreate that real quick. Okay. Quick duplicate. So annoying. Don't want that on. change the post. No, it needed to be the Facebook one. Most of the audience is going to be on Facebook, so I don't want to weird them out by having an Instagram post in Facebook. Sometimes it can work across like that, but too risky. Don't want to confuse people. Okay. Learn more. Yeah, that's what we want on that one. Edit, no. Don't want optimizations. Save. And yeah, we're good now on our awareness, and I think we can move on to our last step of the funnel, the bottom of the funnel, the leads. People have met us, they've gotten to know us, and now we're ready for them to take action. So let me look at these campaigns real quick, just to make sure. What do we got here? We got Emmanuel. On the job. Get the reviews. Yep, let's just go ahead and create our lead campaign. Campaigns. Create a new campaign. We're in leads. See, this is telling us good for instant forms, which is basically a lead form within Facebook, so they don't have to go down your rabbit hole website. It's the shortest distance from them seeing you to submitting information to you, which is the whole goal. We can also have them go to Messenger or Instagram DM, but don't want that. Good for conversions, yeah. Good for calls. Calls haven't had a lot of luck with a lot of spam, stuff like that. So better to be able to get the information how we want to get it, which is not just a phone number, name, phone number, email, job, stuff like that. So March leads campaign, still leaving all this the same. March leads add set. We are going to send them to the instant form. And wow. Oh yeah, we haven't set our location yet. It was like 47 to 137. That's what we want, but for that budget, that's not what I expected. Maximize number of leads. Yeah. All right. As it user conversion leads performance goal and CRM integration. Okay. And we are going to do this at like 80. Yeah. This is going to change the amount of leads because we're not targeting the entire United States, unfortunately. But maximize number of leads. I'm just checking all this and talking to myself, so forgive me. Audience controls, location, still Post Falls, Idaho. We're doing up to 30 miles. This is good, promising. We will see. It depends on how much lead data is collected over time, and the more you've been running ads, the more mature it's gotten, which basically means the more data it's collected, the more leads you've gotten, the more of the actions that you've accumulated over time, the better it can give you an estimate of your results. So let's see. No, not audiences. In the estimated daily results, obviously that's not guaranteed. So 30. And there's demographics, still very focused on electrical. Where did my categories go? Electrical energy. Still looking good. Still looking good. Electrical power. Yeah, see, this is what we want. If we get 7 to 24 leads per day, Edward's going to be very happy. Electrical wiring. Home improvement. Don't think I'm going to put it on this one. I'll probably save that for another ad set A/B test. But this could test some budget because we're not testing home improvement and then narrowing it to these or vice versa. It's going to test all of these individually with different sets of people. And home improvement is going to be sort of relevant but not specific enough to electricity. We did it in the other ones because we were intentionally being more broad to steer people into our funnel. And again, we could do, engaged shoppers, people shopping right now. Probably do another ad set that I probably won't end up recording because it's going to take forever, and you've got the point by now. But basically, duplicate the ad set and all of the ads so that all of the ads are approaching or getting in front of this type of audience, but also all of the same 3 or 4 ads are going to be in front of can be in front of a completely different audience at the same time to do its own sort of test. So I feel like it's good for now. Let's see. I'm just checking on something real quick. Just really thinking this through for your sake and for my sake. This is probably one of the better, more robust, and strategic ad funnels that I've created in a while. And so it's fun, really proud of it, but I want to make sure everything is tip top. Okay, next. All right. This one. Edward Spot. Well, I am gonna upload a custom piece, I think, or am I? Let's see. Any form you submitted. Go to E&E. Yeah, so your lead forms, they will be found. Let's see, somewhere instant form. Well, that's where you set it up. Leads center. So if I click on this, we can go see the people who have submitted. Like these people. There's been more, but they're not in here right now. They've been moved on, but basically it'll show, what they submitted in the form, the questions that we asked them. So yeah, that's what we want. We want the info. We want to help people. We want what they want. Okay. And use existing post. I'm going to see if we can still use existing post. Change post. Facebook. This is a reel, I think. Wait a minute. Yes, this is the one I want. And this is the one I was talking about earlier that has the walkthrough in it, but not the.
Hi, I'm Edward with E&E Electric. We're a family-owned electrical business here out of Post Falls, Idaho. What makes us different than everyone else is we don't cut any corners. And to prove to you that we don't cut any corners, we have a lifetime craftsmanship guarantee on all our work. To whatever we touch, you are guaranteed as long as you live in this home. We'll come out, we'll fix it, no questions asked. So when a tech comes out to you, we try to customize a range of solutions according to your home, to your needs, and to your budget. So reach out to us because we're here ready and willing to help you. Our focus is helping homeowners with their electrical problems.
Yeah, so I like that one, and we're gonna also have our call to action down here. Learn more, and that's just gonna be straight up get quote. This is why we might have to go in and create. Wait, what? You can't use your call to action with this campaign objective. Yeah, we might have to go in and use the same video, but just like create a new ad that looks almost exactly the same because it's stupid. It should work. I don't know why it doesn't work. Get offer, maybe? It's not what I want to use, but I want to see if it makes any changes. Because it's going to go to this form, leads form. This is still a great relevant lead form. Ooh, this is new. Require SMS verification to submit form. Nah, I don't think we need to do that. We haven't had issues with that in the past. Use template, use a promo codes to incentivize users. That's new. Lead delivery. We can set that up to our CRM, which we're getting ready to try out a CRM for that. And this is a preview of what the form looks like. We've already created this before. Yeah, so you can see, keep it in as minimal as possible. Because the more questions you ask, the more friction you apply, the more people are gonna not finish. So, where are they in general? People don't like giving out their exact location. Give us a brief idea of your project needs. Email, name, and phone number. And that's it. And then they'll be able to call us right then if they want to reach us faster. So let's go back to this though. I know I don't want any of these on. Just go away. Now, call to action. Yeah, I think we're just going to create. We're going to create this post. Create this ad, I mean. Oh, it looks like it's working. Awesome. I think I'm going to go ahead and publish this real quick before it stops working right. And then I'll come back in and add text variations. Get quote, see? And again, it might be worth noting testing the difference between using existing post and then creating the exact same ad through the creation method instead of just selecting a post. So, could be negligible. Everything's about testing. So, yeah, see, it still, it says it published it, but it acts goofy for a second. So, I think it'll be okay though. And yeah, we can test. Actually, I'll show you how I'm going to test that. I'm going to test that actually right now. So I'm going to rename this Edward. I'm going to name this post. Okay. Existing post. Got our form. That's good. Text variations. Yes. Add text option. We want to do that. Copy. This is a lot of work, but this is what it takes to be set apart from everybody else. This is what winners do. Text option. This few hours of work could be the difference in thousands and thousands of dollars of income and profit. Here we go. And this is the only other one I want to use. So, man, if you guys are still here, you are amazing, and you're definitely gonna go places with all of that patience. If anything, for the patience alone. But hopefully, you can apply some of this too. Publish. Post. Okay, great. And I was updated. And give us a little triangle. Don't like that. Trying to see why this changed. Could mean nothing. So I'm going to create an ad. And that's going to be, and this one we actually are going to create the ad. Essentially, we're just remaking the post that was made, but it gives us slightly more flexibility. Okay. Where's the video? We already used it. Don't be difficult. Don't hide from me. Page. Yeah, it's just annoying. Like, it should be in here. It's in the posts. It should just be in here. But I'll just upload it from my desktop, I guess. Oh, showing first 8 page. No. Okay. Upload. And that's gonna be the job vertical. That's being weird. Oh, edit media. I wanted me to edit media. I don't want to edit media. Yeah, this is the one we want to use. Original. Yes. Done. Go away. It's not showing us preview, but it's being slow right now. And my computer is very tired. It's acting like it's going to take off, being dramatic. I don't know why the video is taking this long. It's already in there. It should not need to process at all. Let's see, create Edyard spot. I'm just gonna rename it that. Guess I'll just wait a second for it to do its little processing jig. It's gonna try to be. Come on, anybody off this video? Just finish. There we go. Finally thought about it. So let's go up to the post here. Copy the original. Oh, come on.
Hi, I'm Edward with E&E Electric. We're a family-owned electrical business here out of Post Falls, Idaho. What makes us different than everyone else is we don't cut any corners. And to prove to you that we don't cut any corners, we have a lifetime craftsmanship guarantee on all our work. To whatever we touch, you are guaranteed as long as you live in the...
Thank you for that. Primary text. Just playing with the way that this shows up. Again, probably potato, potato. Alright, headline. Let's write lifetime gonna do lightning emoji. Or let's do a trophy for that guarantee. Hopefully my computer doesn't give out before we end. We're like pretty much at the end, besides some variations that I've already gone too long on about that I don't need to record. And of course, I wasn't sure if I spelled guarantee because it's a weird word. I'm actually good at writing, and I just don't have time to memorize certain word spelling. Lifetime craftsmanship guarantee. Enhancements. Edit. We are going to make sure these are all off. And something in there. Contact us. GIF. We got our lead form. Yeah, get quotes fine. Lead delivery. Got our pixel. Get quote. That's good. Trust. Let's see what else we can. Your video couldn't be uploaded. Weird. I don't feel like this is as good as the first one I have in there. Need help from electricians you can trust. Yeah, I don't think this is a better version. I don't want to test it against that, honestly. So we'll get our couple more of good ones. Once I find them again. This is a good one. Copy. Thank you all for hanging in there. You're probably asleep by now, but at least I've shown you that we know what we're doing and that you're not just paying for hopes and dreams, but actual strategy and skill. and deep scientific knowledge of human psychology. Really, that's what it is. It's not even a joke. All right. Copy. And now we're testing the post version against the created version, which are very similar, but could have important differences. One thing I like about the creating is because you can have these little, what do you call them, headlines? Yeah, headlines down here. When you can't on the, just using the organic post. And this doesn't look exactly like it'll look on the real post, but it should. There's only 3 words. It should have the entire thing in there. Lifetime craftsmanship guarantee. Get quote. Let's publish it. Ooh, campaigns. We got our leads campaign. Edit. Yep. At least if my computer crashes now, I know I won't really be losing much. Oh, come on. Slow, man. Probably because I've been recording for like 2 or 3 hours. Alright. We're just going to do 1 or 2 more. And then you guys are off the hook. You're free to go. Yeah. Basically gonna do the same thing. Good, they both say. So you can see the difference right here. This one, you get to put something right there. Very similar, but you get to put something right here. And then when I go to the post version, it's the same thing, but you can't add something right here. But you get to keep the previous engagement. So I don't even know if it'll make that much of a difference, but at least we've covered all the bases, which is, to me, what it's all about. So I already chose that. I feel like it's trying to mess with me, but I selected it again just in case. And it looks like it's $80 each of these. It's not. This is across the ads set, which is right here. All of the ads, we're in this tab right here. All of the ads in this will fall under this single ad set budget. It's in here. So, not too wary. Going to, again, it would be so much easier if it kept the primary text variations from when I quick duplicated them and changed the post, but it does not. So it adds like probably a half an hour total. I'm going to use another post. Let's use this one, on the job. I like that one a lot. Wait, what? Oh, it doesn't support message. I don't want a message. Might just have to go in and create one. So I'm just gonna delete. And man, this thing's really slowing down. Quick duplicate. Change out the video. Hey, it kept it here so far. Let's see if when we switch out the media, it still keeps it. Please keep it, sir. Edit media. Change video. Yeah, hopefully that'll keep that there. That would be great. There we go. On the job, that's the one we want. Original. Trim. We're not gonna trim it. I'm just seeing what, if anything pops up. Like if it tries to auto trim it, which does not look like it does. Enhancements. Turn off all. Done. Please retain the text. Oh yeah. That's great, actually. Awesome. I'm gonna change this. Create Edward on the job. Job. That's weird though. Oh, it's waiting for a video to finish uploading to publish ad. Okay. That worried me. It's like, it's not giving me the option to publish it. So if I go away, it will not work. So I have to wait for this to finish its thing. Oh, I want to add even one more because there's a specific on the job text that would be great for this from the original. Get rid of that window. Get rid of this one. Get rid of that one. Because my computer's really slow. Yeah, this one. Copy. I'm really liking all of these. Different variations. Ooh, we gotta get going and save this thing, or we might be in trouble. Yeah, let's go ahead and save this baby. I can hear my computer. Sounds like an airplane. Gonna take off. Publish this one, and I will feel really good. Yeah, it might be kind of redundant to use both a create and a post of the same exact video with minor differences, but it'll still, it won't really affect the cost of the budget as far as spending more money. So it'd just be like, maybe you save, once it figures out which one's better by 2 cents, it'll use that one instead. So, but at least I can test the theory. I want to use one more. actually two more. Yeah, actually two more. Let's see. Quick duplicate. Edit media. Change video. And see what we can find. There's one. Where is it? See all. Where are you? This one right here is actually one of our best performing videos, and it's completely bizarre because it's like just a AI voice, really CapCut style, not a lot of effort, but it has been one of the best performers so far. So I'm just going to throw it in there as, again, these are all testing against each other, and the winners will come out, and that's all that matters. It's the winners. So done. Just review it real quick to make sure it's still a good one.
For all your electrical needs, look no further than our team of experts. From wiring to installations and repairs, we provide cost-effective solutions to keep your home or business running smoothly. Our team of experienced professionals are equipped with the latest tools and technology. Don't let electrical issues disrupt your day. Call E&E Electric today to schedule an appointment. For all your electrical needs, look no further than our team of experts.
Okay, that's good. Create, and this is the. I'm trying to call this the AI reel. All right, we got our call to action, lead form. Spell it right, and we're gonna publish. And I'm gonna do one more. We're doing very robust campaign testing, funnel building. So, one more. But I'm gonna end it here for you guys. Um, yeah, so that's a day in the life, pretty much. Inland Empire Marketing, running ads for just one business. And again, this is one piece, one gear of one system, and you need multiple systems in your business running. This is just one gear of the ads corner of the Facebook section of marketing your business, and then you should have all these other things happening, 10 steps before this, and then 10 steps after this. So just think of what it really takes to succeed, and the kind of help and partnership you need to check all of those boxes and make sure you are as optimized as possible, because I know you don't want to be doing this when you're trying to run your business. You already have a lot on your plate. You already have a lot to do. You don't want to do this, at home, wasting time that you could be spending with family. So definitely reach out to us here at Inland Empire Marketing, and we will do all this for you. We'll do everything from ground up, if that means creating your brand, creating your website, creating all your social media, linking everything together, putting everything in the right pipeline funnel, creating all the videos, the images, the messaging, the offers, the marketing strategies, then posting those organically, creating engagement organically, and then bumping those all down to ad campaigns on both Instagram and Facebook. And that's just one channel, being the Meta platforms, Facebook and Google, or sorry, Facebook and Instagram. That doesn't even cover, the whole other the whole other 3/4 of what you should be doing with Google, SEO, if you have a local service business, local service ads, search ads, YouTube channel, YouTube management, basically everything I've just talked about for Facebook and all that, but copy and paste it onto Google and YouTube, potentially TikTok, depends on what your business is. So, I mean, this is why we exist. This is why you need Inland Empire Marketing. And so we'd love to have a conversation with you about how we can make this happen for you and help you grow your business. Hope to talk to you soon.